Hello there, fellow NPCs. I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into a Requiem for Innocence. And we have just been showing around Jaren, how... That was her name, right? Yeah, Jaren. Jaren. To the brothel that she will be working at. And it's been quite a ride for Morgana, to say the least, because she cannot handle that kind of person. Not quite. But now they are sleeping together. Not the brothel kind of sleeping together, just sleeping together in the same bed, because... that's the way Jaren likes it. She's very cozy. But despite that, Morgana is having a nightmare. So with that said, let's go. Lord Barney, we are all very much interested in seeing the Saint's miraculous power for ourselves. I know it would not be long before someone asked. We're much too healthy to see the effects of the miracle in ourselves, after all. Which, of course, is anything but a problem. Falling ill would only serve to interfere with our ability to enjoy these feasts. Well said, my lord. Which is why I have arranged for a most fortuitous slave to have the miracle performed upon. Bring him in. Yes, sir. As you can see, this slave is on the verge of death. He can hardly even walk on his own 2 feet. Under any other circumstance, I would keep such an unseemly thing out of sight so as to not tarnish your festive mood, my guests. But I believe he will serve as a fine sample on which to test the miracle's efficacy. He wants to test my miracle. Rejoice, slave. Good fortune shines upon you. Oh. You heard me, daughter of God. This poor slave is in need of your assistance. Give unto him your blessing, if you would be so gracious. I don't care how you try to dress it up, Lord. My miracle is not to show off for your parties. Oh my, so you refuse to heal him then? After making such a scene about how your blood is for the sick, the poor, and the suffering at that. Even a saint's dignity has its limits. I understand. You don't want to be sullied by this filthy old slave. I never said any such thing. Then you know what you must do. Do not make me intervene, daughter of God. I am asking you to do this out of respect. I would happily give my blood for that man. I knew he would come around. Let's see, where should we let your blood from? I see no point in wasting unmarred flesh for a mere slave. Unmarred? Unmarred? I don't know. Your fingertip would do nicely. You can drink the blood directly from the cut. Because I certainly don't have any goblets to spare for him. Let us begin then, shall we, O daughter of God? Drink, slave, suck upon the blood that spills from her finger. Do not let a single drop go to waste. Oh, what the fuck was that sound effect? But it was a sloppy sound. Yeah. Tell me, slave, has your ailment been remedied? If it has, leap into the air for my guests. I am cured, my lord. Behold, I am cured. Ooh, splendid, an undeniable miracle. Look, my lord, I'm cured. I'm in better shape than ever. We've seen more than enough. Stop hopping about like a filthy swamp toad. Yes, my lord. You are dismissed, slave. But first, give your thanks to the saints and all my guests who bore witness to your miraculous recovery. Thank you so much, sirs and madams. Thank you so much, O holy saint. And now that you've borne witness to the blood's power, I'm sure you're all eager to try some for yourselves. What? Most certainly, my lord. With such a potent elixir, our good health is all but assured. Indubitably. Please stop this. Do not take any more of my blood. I'm begging. Ah! I've lost too much blood. I can barely think straight. I suppose I might have overdone it today. You did not come sheepskin, so I won't have you dying on me until you at least provided your goal's worth of entertainment. Your actions are an affront to God. My miracles are only for those in need. Is that the only thing you know how to say? I've grown rather tired of hearing it. I will gladly offer my blood for any other ailing slaves. But you and your guests are perfectly healthy. You are merely squandering God's gift on yourselves. Is he walking around her, or is her vision not being able to stay focused? You foolish little girl. What? Let me tell you something, Saint. I don't believe in your miracles. How can you say that after seeing that slave boy drink my blood and be healed? What more proof do you need? It was all a show. What? I told him to feign being ill and cured, or I would send him to the deepest chambers of the dungeon. Even a dog will wear a cat skin if his life depends on it. So what do you think of his performance? Impressive, no? Why, then, why do you keep taking my blood? All I and my guests desire is a good time. You are nothing more than an exhibit for our entertainment. No. You're wrong, my blood does have miraculous powers. I proved it back at the village. It hardly matters either way. Whether you're a saint or a lowly peasant girl is inconsequential. All that matters is that you continue to play the role of a saint. What's the matter? Are you disappointed? Upset? You're welcome to cry, wail and gnash your teeth like a sniveling little child. That would be entertaining in its own right. Shout at the top of your lungs that you are not a saint, that it was all an act, and beg to be set free. Who knows? Perhaps they might lose interest in you then. I am the daughter of God. I will never claim otherwise. I see. Then nothing changes. You will continue to offer your body and spirit to my feast. Why are you so insistent on remaining a saint, Morgana? Is that Mother's voice? What do you have to gain from handing out blessings for nothing? It is my sacred responsibility, as the daughter of God, to help all those in need. How noble of you, Morgana. How honorable to not cast aside your duty in the face of such misery. It is the reason I was placed upon this earth. But tell me this. Are your offerings genuinely altruistic? What? Are they, Morgana? Yeah, I thought it might... that looks more like the white-haired girl, but the hair is bluish, so I'm assuming that is the witch, Morgana. Or do you simply do it out of desire to call yourself benevolent? When the people of your village sang your praises, when you crushed a man who accused mother of being a charlatan, you reveled in it. I did not. There's nothing wrong with that, though. It's a perfectly normal reaction. Having pride and feeling a sense of superiority are perfectly human emotions, especially in a child as young as you. The reason you feel shame about your pride, however, is the very source of that pride, your identity as the daughter of God. Free yourself from those chains and the guilt they cause you. Go back to being an ordinary little girl. You can do that. Remove these chains and pass them on to me. Who the fuck was it then? No! Hands off, you silly. Oh, yeah, a nice dream she's having. What an awful nightmare. Dreaming about my time at the Lord's Manor is bad enough. But go back to being an ordinary little girl. No, absolutely not. That is not an option. My whole life would become meaningless if I were to do that. Not that I could ever call myself normal with a face like this. There's nothing ordinary about me. If I were to lose my position as the daughter of God, I would be nothing but a hideous child. Yeah. In about a week's time, Jaren had made herself thoroughly at home at the brothel. She had evidently found herself quite a few fans among the clientele, some of whom came specifically to see her. Most found her peculiar, hyper-energetic disposition overwhelming at first, but quickly warmed up to her. Not a single person seemed to dislike her, at least among those I came in contact with. Her second week, Jaren started branching out beyond the brothel. On her days off, she would go down to the pub and sing for the audience on a makeshift stage of tables. Her first day performing, she dragged me with her, claiming she was too nervous to go alone. So I sat in the corner as she sang. Everyone was quite surprised at how well she could sing, and they were particularly drawn to her unfamiliar melodies. Perhaps they were sung from her home country, or perhaps she had picked them up elsewhere. But regardless, her music and exotic appearance made for an enchanting performance. When it was over, the audience roared with applause, and I was convinced she was a much better choice to sing for them than me. By her third week, even Maria had begun to come around. At first, the most approval Jaren could squeeze out of Maria was an exasperated sigh at something dumb she said or something careless she did. But as her popularity grew, and with it, the customer base, Maria softened up. "Man, am I glad to have you working here," she said with a big grin, patting Jaren on the back. To me, Maria's motivation seemed rather shallow, but considering she ran a brothel in all but name, it should have come at little surprise that she was so easily swayed by money. 4 weeks after her arrival, there was no one around who didn't know Jaren. The peacekeepers had all taken quite a liking to her as well, particularly the number one man, the big one whose name I had trouble remembering. Whenever he ran into her, he would say, "Hey there, Jaren, I'm fresh out of coin, but you want to spend the night together?" "No money, no business." "Come on, don't be such a killjoy." Yeah. Gracia. All the men in my life, in fact, had warmed up to quite noticeably to her. Including him. At meals, there was seldom a quiet moment. That's actually cute. And there was nothing wrong with that. I should have been pleased to see everyone so merry. I should have been happy. I should have celebrated their joy. But by the time a full month had passed, I found myself avoiding Jaren at every opportunity. Jealousy? Huh? Who could that be at this hour? I'm coming! Calm the hell down! Good morning, Jackie! Huh? Wait! Don't close the door on me! I'm bad enough with mornings as it is. The last thing I need to start my day is with a human noisemaker. Now that's not very nice. I thought we were friends, Jackie. I'm here on business too, not to play around. Christ, fine. What business? And make it quick. House call. Wait! You didn't even let me finish before you started closing the door. First, you don't even do house calls. Second, it's past closing hours. Jeez, you're no fun. Maybe I'll start calling you Jackie the Joke Killer. Can't you at least play along for a bit before shooting it down? Why am I the one being criticized? It's way too early for this shit. I'll have you know I've never been fun. That's true. You're about as much fun as a virgin client. What did you just call me? Hey, open the door. So, seriously, what are you here for? Obviously not a house call. Well, if you want, I can make it one. Not a chance in hell! Get to the point now, before I toss you into the latrine. Now, calm yourself. As someone famous once might have said, every minute angry is a day of your life. And who do you think is making me so angry? Anyways, Maria needs some supplies acquired urgently. Looking for some place I'm willing to partner with some lumber. Free if possible. Lumber? What for? Lost a floorboard last night. You did? What? Did someone get a little too into it? Oh man, you have no idea. The big old gorilla of a guy comes in snorting like he wants to eat us alive. He starts getting in on and bangs a hole in the floor and no joke, and he doesn't stop either. Damn. All the girls taking turns with him, because just one is not enough to keep up. The place is howling all night long. Oh, wow. Sounds like quite a strenuous night. Yep, sure would be, if it really happened. Truth is, it was just an old rotten board. I swear to God, girl. I'm never going to get the image out of my head either. Ah, you're blushing, Jackie. You never know you were a regular at a whorehouse. I am not a regular, and you damn well know it. Why are you even coming to me to ask for help anyway? Surely you can't handle a little shopping trip on your own. Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that. And though it wouldn't hurt to ask, though. Okay, I'm out of here then. It's past closing hours. I said as much myself a moment ago. She just got off work and she's visibly exhausted. Wait, it's fine. I'll take care of it. You go back and get some rest. You're so sweet, Jackie. Maria was totally right. If pressuring him doesn't work, pull back. Act defeated and he'll fall quicker than that floorboard. Damn you, Maria. Okay, so that's all you needed, right? You're done here? Or was there something else? I just got off work and I'm super crazy tired, but I fought through it and came all the way out here. And? So just maybe you should be offering me a drink. Or 10. Okay, fine. You win. It's not like you'll be back down if I tell you no anyway. Come on, sit wherever. Whee! So, tell me something, Jaren. How much longer are you planning on working at the brothel? Where'd that come from? Just curious. It sounds kind of like you don't want me here. Don't want me there. It sounds kind of like you don't want me there. I never said that. In fact, your presence has been quite a boon. Maria's very pleased with the uptake in business. Then why do you ask? Because it's not a line of work anyone should be in for longer than necessary. Oh. Are you still struggling with money? Actually, I don't have anything I need to pay back anymore. And now I'm just saving up for myself. All the more reason you should consider getting out. Find some way you can put one of your other talents to use. I don't know, I'm not really overflowing with talent. I can think of one at least. Your performances at the pub. You're always a huge hit. Singing isn't the most stable of careers, no, but neither is prostitution. So if you were to choose, I'd say you may be better off going with one that's easier on your body. Yeah, but prostitution is honestly a far better income, far better and more reliant than performance. I would assume, even in this era. Me? A singer? Maria and the girls are so good to me though, and I feel awful hopping off the boat after only 1 month. You can't put yourself second to some feelings of indebtedness. It's your life and your body to take care of. It's no one's responsibility but your own. Do what you think is best for yourself, not what you think you should be doing for others. What's so funny? For all you try to pretend otherwise, deep down you're a real sweet guy, Jackie. I'm just telling you what the logical thing to do in this situation is. Most logical businessmen wouldn't try to chase off their workers. They'd work them until there's nothing left. But that's just how it is. And prostitutes are a dime a dozen. In the grand scheme of things, they're not important enough to fret about, because you can replace them easy. I suppose. But you know this brothel's different. Maria and I don't have a manager to answer to. No greedy bastards running the place, intent on working everyone to the bone. was built up by the girls, so as one of the girls yourself, I'm sure they'll respect whatever decision you make. Maria values your opinion too. Yeah, she said the same thing when I first showed up, that it's not a job you keep for very long. I'll give it some thought. I'm glad. It never even occurred to me that I could make a living singing. I don't think it ever even occurred to me to think about my future much at all. You're a good guy, Jackie, and Maria's a good boss. We're just doing what anyone else would. So, I generally tried not to pry, but I've been wondering, where were you before you came here? What? Wow, you're really talkative today, Jackie. I'm just in an inquisitive mood. It's been nagging at me for a while now. How long her threshold for satisfaction seems to be. I mean, out here everyone learns to be happy with what they can get, but Jaren in particular feels a bit extreme. You already know about how I was abducted, right? Yeah, that I've heard about. Twice if I'm not mistaken. Ah, yep. The first time was when I was really little. Though I wasn't targeted, it was during a raid. A couple of bandits busted in, killed my mom and dad as I watched. That wasn't a happy thing to say. It spared me, luckily, sent me off to work in the field somewhere as a slave instead. And one day, while I was out on a supply run, I got swiped up and sold off again. Wasn't until about 2 years back when I started working as a prostitute. Wasn't in a different city for a while, then I ended up here. And that's about covers it. What's wrong, Jackie? I just wasn't expecting something quite so bleak. You'd never guess from how she acted. Well, pretty much everyone in the slums has their own sad story, don't they? Some more than others, maybe. Luckily, I never had a bad master. Everyone was really nice. I've always had food and a place to sleep. So I've never felt like I had it bad. I think that more than qualifies as having it bad. Oh? Have you never felt like you got the short end of the stick? I don't even know what the stick looks like. Never mind which end is the short one. Well, I'll tell you, it's the one you were given. Your parents were murdered, your life suddenly turned upside down, some strange man decided you were worth this much money, selling you into slavery. You should be furious. You think you're happy right now, but let me tell you this, there's not a damn scrap of happiness to be found down here at the bottom of the ladder. It's not until you're a few rungs up, when you're not living on scraps and treated like garbage, that you'll find anything resembling real happiness. I don't know about that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm enjoying myself. I'm happy. Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor or hungry or what. Sorry for losing my cool like that. It's not my place to decide what you are and aren't allowed to be happy about. You want to climb higher up the ladder, Jackie? I can't imagine there's anyone who doesn't. Except you just told me you were satisfied right where you are, so I guess that proves me wrong. But I can tell you that me and the gang are thoroughly through putting up with the status quo. We're holding on well enough for the time being because we're young and healthy. But here in the slums, that's only worth so much. Honestly, I can't even think more than a few minutes ahead, so I've never really been concerned about my future. But I think the future you guys are shooting for sounds pretty great. I hope you succeed in creating your utopia. I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. That's basically what it is though, right? You're trying to make the world a place where everyone's equal. Where everyone's got plenty of money and can go see a doctor when they get sick. Where no one starves to death or gets sold into slavery, right? Sound pretty sweet? I'm rooting for you. My goals are hardly so noble. Say what? Nothing. I agree, that would be a nice world to live in. My dissatisfaction doesn't arise from concern for the world or others. I'm hardly so selfless. Oh, right. I just remembered something super duper important, Jackie. And that is... It's almost midsummer, which means festival time. Oh, right. That is happening, isn't it? I want to go! What's stopping you? No, wrong answer. Learn to read between the lines, Jackie. I want to go with everyone. That's about what I expected her to say. Get all the girls at the brothel, your peacekeeper bros, get everyone together and join the festivities. That seems like a bit too large of a group. Okay, then we can limit to just the cool people. Either way. You know, that might not be such a bad idea. Whoa, is the world ending? I didn't expect you to say yes so quickly. You want to say that one more time, girlie? I was sure we were gonna get all huffy and fight me over it for at least half an hour. I bet your slime dwellers going into a city proper is only asking for misery. Unless you enjoy being treated like rats, you would be better off celebrating at the pub with people you know. And on and on and on. Is that what she thinks I sound like? I won't pretend I'm thrilled about the idea, but I've never taken her to a festival before, which is why I thought it might be worth considering. You mean Morgs? Morgs? Morgana would never speak to me again if I ever called her that. Yes, Morgana. Seems to me like you're especially nice to her, Jackie. You got a crush on her or something? You've fallen head over heels for her? Excuse me? Who in the right mind would fall for a child that young? You can't deny you care about her, though. You wouldn't do as much as you do for her if you didn't. And I've never said I didn't care for her. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have anyone else. So someone's gotta look after her. Oh, so she's like a little sister to you. I'm pretty sure she doesn't see me the same way, though. Yeah, I think you hit it right on the nose there. I imagine this is about what it would be like if I had a sister. Anyway, Morgs means a lot to you. That much is obvious to anyone. So how about you ask her if she wants to come to the festival? You live with her. It would be much simpler if you did it. She's kind of been keeping her distance lately. Oh, did something happen between you two? Nothing I can think of. Maybe she feels like when I showed up, I invaded her territory. And she doesn't like me because she doesn't feel as much at home anymore. So, she's been sulky. I didn't realize she was capable of getting moody. Jackie, that's being super superficial, you know. Sure, she can be a pretty tough nut to crack, but she is an 11-year-old girl. She gets happy and sad and upset as much as anyone else. Try as I might, I simply can't envision it. So you ask her to come, Jackie. Put your heart and soul into it. You get her there and we'll have we'll all have fun at the festival. And it'll smooth everything out between me and her. Putting my heart and soul into it might be counterproductive. But sure, I'll see if she's interested when I go to apply her ointment today. Thanks a bunch! Well, I should go back. Catch you later, Jackie. Take care. Aye aye. Morgana, sulking and avoiding Jaren. Now there's an unexpected development. Or maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Anyway, I should head out and take care of business. Yeah. Excuse me? No, absolutely not. You could at least pretend to consider the offer. It's not even worth dignifying with an act. Why would you think inviting me was a good idea anyway? Seems perfectly reasonable to me. There's no harm in changing things up once in a while. Give yourself a little break from spending every day in this depressing little graveyard. The very prospect of attending a festival is considerably more depressing. Come on, it could be fun. Don't dismiss it without... Look at my face. Surely you're not so foolish as to not realize it would mean exposing myself, my face, to heavens know how many strangers. You're right, I'm not. There'll be so many people there, and everyone will be caught up in the festivities. No one's going to bother stopping to scrutinize some random girl's face. I'd say you're likely to get significantly less attention in such a crowd. Like to say, the best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. Of course, I don't think you should be afraid to go out any day, festival or not. As far as I'm concerned, there's no reason for you to hide your face at all. That's easy for you to say. That's not my intention. I understand how significant an issue it is for you. But this festival is a once-a-year thing, and... Where is this even coming from anyway? What possessed you to suddenly ask me to the festival? Well, you know? I don't know. Oh, it was Jeren's idea. What? Jeren's idea. She dropped by this morning and after making quite the racket, she brought up the upcoming festival. So, you're saying you're inviting me in because Jeren asked you to? Well, I mean, the biggest reason is because you weren't in any condition to participate in an event like this at the last couple of years, so I wanted you to experience it this year. Enough, please. This is all for Jeren, isn't it? What? She's concerned because I haven't been speaking with her much lately, right? Well, yeah, she is, but that's not why I... Okay, I'll go. Really? Yes, for Jeren. I feel guilty knowing I've caused her so much distress. I'm dead weight at the brothel as it is. The last thing I would want is to make things even worse by being a source of worry. So I will go to the festival. Morgana, I don't think anyone wants you to go out for some sense of obligation. If that's all, then go. You're done applying the ointment, aren't you? Morgana, please. Go. What's gotten into you? Why are you so upset? I am not upset. Now please go away. I beg to differ. Okay, I'll leave. Just remember, the festival's there for you to enjoy it, alright? I'll remind you when the day draws closer. I definitely went about that the wrong way, huh? I hoped her mood would improve by the time the festival came around. But unsurprisingly, my hopes weren't enough to change anything, and Morgana remained distant. She's always been a sullen, aloof girl, but when she was really upset, she completely closed herself off. Day after awkward day crawled by, and I soon began to wonder if inviting her had been a mistake. But after all that, I couldn't just march up to her and say, never mind, we're not going. So I was left to endure a long, uncomfortable week, until the day the Midsummer Festival commenced. Yeah. Midsummer, the celebration of the nativity of John the Baptist, was an event observed across the land on and around the summer solstice. But this will honestly be where I cut off for today. This is a bit of a shorter episode, but next episode is going to be all about Midsummer, so that's going to be fun. Have a proper Midsummer Festival. Not a Swedish Midsummer Festival, however. Those are quite different. When we erect a giant penis and jump around it like little frogs. Yeah. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and an extra thank you to all the members of this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.